Good evening, all. Sandhya here. I'm the Android developer cum trainer. So, welcome to Aponix Technologies Android Foundation course. Hope you all are safe during this COVID-19. And I will tell you what are the concepts we are going to cover in these 3 days. I'm audible, right? Yeah. Yes. See, in our first day session, we'll see what is an Android, why Android operating system has very good market, what are the features we have, and what is the future of this Android. Once you learn this Android operating system, where you, when Android application development, where you can implement your knowledge and what are the types of applications can be developed. We'll compare this Android operating system with other operating system as well, and I will explain you even how to install or which software is available in the market to develop Android application. Okay, and in the second day session, I will explain you what are the steps to be followed to develop the very basic Android application, how to create the project, what are the directories we will get, how to use those directories, what are the different types of activities we have, what is ADB and ABD, and we'll work on those concepts along with the examples. If possible, we'll design one simple application also. And in a third day session, we'll explain you how to use .java files, what is .xml file, how to use that XML file, and what are the directories we'll get while create a project, what is the importance of manifest file, and we'll work on simple login and the registration applications. So these are the concepts we are going to cover in these 3 days sessions. Next, the first thing before going to this Android operating system, hope you all are aware of operating systems, right? See, the operating system is nothing but it is the complete set of softwares where we can implement it in hardware devices, or it is the interface between the hardware or the software, right? So, see, the first thing when what will come in our mind that operating system means yes, it is available in the market, so we can pay for it, we can buy the license and we can install it in the device. But this Android, you don't need to pay for it, for this operating system, because it is one of the open source. That means it is freely available in the market. Whenever we are buying the smart devices, we get this operating system. Okay, so that is what one of the advantage of using this Android operating system. Okay, and yes, people have a thought in their mind that Android is a programming language. So don't ever think that Android is the programming language. It's not a programming language at all. Even this Android operating system is written in a Java programming language. Okay, so the Android is an open source mobile operating system. Initially it was designed it for mobile, but now we are not only using this Android operating systems in the mobile devices, we are using in the multiple smart devices. Next one. So this Android operating system was found in the year 2003. Okay. Later in 2005, Google purchased this Android operating system just for $50 million. Okay. After that, by that time, there was a version called Cupcake. Before that, Android operating system was a part of OHA, that is the Open Handset Alliances. So Open Handset Alliances is like a consortium where you can see the group of companies. Okay, so after that in 2005 the Android was being a part of the Google, and now we can see multiple versions here in Android. May I know how many of you people are using Android operating system? Yes, Krishna. Only you are the one who is using out of 70. You are the only one who is using Android OS. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So this Android was developed by Andy Rubin. Will tell yes, he is the founder, but he is not only the one. He is the one among the four people. Okay. So it was developed in California. So now, as I told you, Android is only the it is one of the open source mobile operating system. Yes, this is one of the Linux based operating system. You might have heard about Linux operating system, Unix operating systems and all, right? Unix was changed into the Linux. So this is also one of the Linux based operating system, which is initially designed it only for the touchscreen mobile devices. Before this touchscreen mobile devices, the smartphones, we were using the basic phones which has the Symbian operating system. Before the basic phones, there was a landline phones, right? So you can see the same features, like the landline phones which we were using only for uh, dialing or to receive the calls. Then basic phones, you can send even SMS and receive the SMSs along with the very basic applications like game application, the snake game and all. I don't know how many of you guys have used the basic phones, and still how many of you guys are using. I really don't know. Now in the smartphones, you can see multiple applications based on your applications, based on your phone's size, memory size. You can install and you can use the multiple applications. Alright, so this first Android device, I mean operating systems with the device, was sold in the year 2008, and that was in the HTC Dream device. But nowadays we are we cannot find HTC devices in the market, and it is not available also. So the you know the beauty of this Android operating system is it is one of the open source operating system, and Google will always release its versions under this Apache 2 license. The versions is like, as I told you, when Google purchased or when Google brought this Android operating system, it was with the cupcake version. After that, you can see Donut, Eclair, Froyo. There are multiple versions. Now C2 till R versions are available in the market now. See, these are all the versions. Like before, when it was under OHA, there was alpha and the beta versions. So here the cupcake, it's a part of Google now. So cupcake, donut, eclair, froyo, eclair, gingerbread, ice cream sandwich, jelly bean, Kit Kat, lollipop, marshmallow, nougat, Oreo, pie version. PQ is also there, but Q is not the latest version now. Here I just mentioned latest because very recently Google released the R version, that is just the preview they released, but they have not officially given any name for that. That is just the R version. Okay, thus they have given as R, and for Q also they have not given any particular name. Next, what you need in your device to develop any Android application. The first thing, you can use any operating system. You can use either Windows operating system, Mac device you can use with iOS operating system, or you can use even the Linux operating system as well. And one more thing, it is better to use 8, 8.1 or the 10 Windows versions, because now version we have the latest one 4.0.1. The 4 in the later versions will not support for Windows 7. Okay, that is the one thing. And if you are using the 32-bit processor, you will not get the software. Okay, I mean you will not get the software, I mean the tool to develop the application. So you now Android has its official website, that is a developer.android.com. There you will get the tool which is only for the 64-bit processor. You will not get it for 32-bit processor. Yes, many of you guys are telling me that your voice is not clear, you are not audible. Am I audible now? Guys, am I audible now? Please put your words in the chat box. I'm audible, right? It's not clear. Somebody still, I'm not audible. Yeah, I cannot speak so much in a bit louder voice, guys. I am a little cold and a bit throat pain. Okay. Yeah, hope my voice is audible now. Okay. Yeah, I was telling about the software. So yeah, I was telling about the software. So don't go with Windows 7, go with Windows 8 or Windows 10. And now the latest version, the tool, what it's available in the market will not be used in a 32-bit processor. You will get the software only for 64-bit processors. Okay, that is the one thing. Now JDK is not required to install it. Earlier, yes, it was required, but now it is not required because the tool itself is having this JDK. Okay, and SDK is also SDK is a part, and it is not required to download and install it separately. Even it is also available in this Android Studio. Two tools are available, Eclipse and the Android Studio. As a developer, what I suggest you to use, that is Android Studio, because it is very user friendly and it is very easy to use. That is the IDE, integrated development environment. If there is a small mistake also before execution, there it will show us the error, so that we can easily rectify or we can easily fix the bugs and we can execute it. That is the reason. So Eclipse, yes, I was using in 2013-14, the long back, because now by that time, yes, Android Studio was not so popular and most of the people were not aware of it also. But now, yes, it is. Android 99% of the developers are using Android Studio to develop Android applications. And I will show you in this today's sessions how to install the Android Studio and from where you can get it. I will give you some links even for your Windows, Mac devices and even for Linux operating systems. Okay. Yeah, the next one, but here you don't need to install JDK and the SDK separately. Okay, those are all the part of the tool itself. That is what the Android Studio, that is a tool. The size itself is 1.83 GB. Okay, now I think it is now more than that because it is the 4.0.1 is the latest version what we have. Okay, the next one, what are the features we can see here in Android operating systems? The first thing, the Android application frameworks. What are the frameworks we have? It enables us to reuse and the replacement of the components. So Android has its own components. The majorly we can see the four components like activity, content providers, broadcast receivers, and the services. Those components can be replaced easily and we can reuse it. Okay, the main advantage, it is the reusability. The next one, we have Dalvik virtual machine. Dalvik virtual machine is nothing but that is the core execution component See, inside the Android Studio, we can be used multiple languages. For example, you can use a C++ programming languages. Java can be used, and even the Kotlin also can be used. The four languages can be used. Okay, but the development kits are not same for all the four. It varies from language to language. No, Python cannot be used directly because in Android Studio, while creating the project, we have to select the language. Okay, but there you will not get an option to select Python language. If you want to use Python programming language to develop Android app development, you have to use some frameworks. Okay, it cannot be used directly. But the whatever languages I told, no, .NET also cannot be used directly, because I will show you maybe in a tomorrow sessions how to select the languages and where the language just will be displayed. Okay, it won't show you Python or .NET or C# or some other programming languages to select. It will show you only four languages. Those four are C++, Java, and the Kotlin. Okay, next. Uh, will not be using only the e-commerce applications or some social media applications in our phone and in the smartphones. We'll be using even the game applications as well. For game applications, we need the graphics, right? So that is what we are using, the OpenGL or the extended system we are using. Next here we have the SQLite database as well. So we have so many different types of operating system. We have so many different types of databases, right? So here, mainly in Android, which supports SQLite database. So the databases like Oracle is there in the market. NoSQL is there, PostgreSQL is there, MongoDB is there. So there are so many different types of databases, but mainly this Android supports for this SQLite database. So there again we are using the SQL. SQL is a structured query language which we are using in the database SQLite. The next one, media support. Guys, am I audible now? Am I audible? Is my voice clear now? Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are using the most commonly we are using, audios, videos, some images are also we are using, right? So in audios and videos, you can see the different formats. That is what you can see, dot extensions, right? That is what we are calling dot, some file names, PNG, JPG and all, right? So that is what we are calling extensions. So here, Android, which supports for multiple formats like MPEG4 can be used, MP3 can be used, JPG, PNG, JF images, the multiple formats can be used. That is what these are all the part of the media. That is what we are calling media frameworks. The next one, it is a GSM. That option also we have in our devices, that is the global system for mobile communications. That is mainly for the hardware independent, that is mainly for the telephony, right? Sometimes we'll receive the calls from the international calls, also will receive. We'll be having the option to record also. The multiple features will be getting, that is because of this GSM, that is global system for mobile communications. The next one, Android operating systems has multiple drivers which are the hardware dependent, the drivers, like have the options like the Bluetooth. We can use Wi-Fi directly can be used, and you can use even the Wi-Fi hotspot as well. The networks 3G, 4G, even the 5G is also available. All these are the part of this hardware dependent drivers. Next, other than that, we have camera. See, in some of the devices you can see multiple cameras, dual cameras, right? The GPS, it is for location, Google positioning system, and you can see even the sensors in our in our smartphones. We are all using the touchscreen devices. So how our touchscreen is working? That is because of sensors. So you can see the multiple sensors in our devices. See, just an example that when you receive a call, when you keep your phone near to your ear, the light will off, right? When you remove it from your ear, the light will again blink. That is because of proximity sensors. Okay, so there are so many sensors. See, even you know the device can be used in the portrait mode and in the landscape mode also, right? That is what the position sensors like x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. So there are multiple types of sensors. Those are all the features of this Android operating systems. Next, why we need this Android operating systems? Because there are so many operating systems in the mobile technologies, like Android is there, iOS is there, BlackBerry is there, Windows is there. In Nokia phones, you can see the Windows operating system. Symbian is there, and some other operating systems are also available in a mobile technology. But why in all this, why Android has become more popular, and what are the main reasons for the popularity of this, Android operating system? The first thing, the customization. The second thing, the prices to fit your needs. Yeah, you don't need to pay so much to buy the smarter devices. That is the one thing. And uh, you can use the multiple applications based on your RAM size in your device. The widgets, yes, the multiple widgets are available, and we can perform multitasks as well. So at a time we can perform 2-3 tasks. That is possible. And even when you're buying a device, any smart device, you will get the Play Store as a pre-installed applications. So you don't need to install Play Store, right? That Play Store itself is one of the applications from where you can download the multiple applications, right? See, the thing is, the one thing is to get the mobile applications is, when you are buying the device, you will get some pre-installed applications like the clock, settings, file manager, phone, browsers, right? Those are all you will get it. Multiple applications you will get. Another thing is, when you're buying the device, you will not get the applications like Instagram, WhatsApp, or the Gmail applications, or some other applications will not get it, right? So what you will do, you will go to the Play Store and you will download the applications and you will install it in your device. That is the another option. And the third thing, you can develop your own applications and you can use it in your device. That is also possible. So in Play Store, initially there were very less applications, just the thousands of applications were there. But now you can see the lakhs together applications along with the game applications as well. So when you're searching for some application, for example, you're searching in applications for any one banking application, you will get the similar applications as well, right? So that's what the lakhs together applications are available in the Play Store, because Android application development, it is not at all too difficult task. It is easy if you guys are very good in a programming language, because the UI part, which makes us easy to learn and understand the concepts, but the coding, yes, you should be good in the programming. Then yes, you can easily develop the applications within very short span of time. Okay, I cannot exactly tell yes you can develop it in 1 day or in a 2 days or in a 5 months or 6 months. It depends on the requirement. We can develop the applications. Okay, these are all the reasons which these are all the reasons to use this Android operating system. Next, we'll see the mobile operating systems market share. See, I have, as I told, there are multiple uh, operating systems which are available in mobile technology, but I have not listed all the mobile operating systems here. So I have taken only Android and iOS. Why? Because iOS is only the one which is very close competitor to Android operating system. Okay, other than that, you can see BlackBerry. Very less people are using BlackBerry. and Windows are also there. That is also most commonly people are not using Windows operating system in their mobile phones, and the basic phones, the smartphones also very less people are using. Okay, that is the thing. So I have taken only Android and iOS here. See, in 2018 Android, it had only 85.1% market share, but in 2020 you can see 86.1%. In 2020 also it will be almost the same. So you can see the ratings, it is increasing, it is not in the decreasing order. But when it compared with the iOS operating system, you can see it is in the decreasing order, right? That is what the market share. And another thing is, yes, now India has banned multiple China applications. So what people will do, people will search in the Play Store the similar applications, right? So they have to use, or people has to use only the Indian applications, so that you know um, the more number of people will use the Indian application, so that the market share and the market rate also will keep on increase. And even it is good even for the developers as well. The companies will hire the freshers, because but you don't need to have a very good experience in this field. As a fresher also, you can start your career as a mobile application developer, or the game developer, or the UI developer, like this. Okay, next, I just differentiated here the features of Android and the iOS operating systems. So Android, which was developed by Google, before Google it was the OHA, it is the Open Handset Alliances. But this iOS, it was developed by Apple Inc. And this year the Android has a market share of 86.1%, and when it compared with the iOS operating system, it is very less, that is just 13.7%. Okay, the current versions we are using 11, that is the R version. Google just released the preview of this R under the Google Apache license, Apache 2 license, but they have not officially announced any name yet. And in iOS you can see the 13.5. And to develop an Android applications, there are 4 languages are available. You can use C, C++, Java, or the Kotlin. But the very important thing is, here if you want to use C and C++ programming language, then you have to use NDK. NDK is nothing but native development kit. And if you want to use Java or the Kotlin, then you have to use SDK. It is the Android Software Development Kit. Okay, 2 different development kits. Then in iOS, you can see the 2 languages. Those 2 are the Objective-C and the Swift programming languages. Next, in Android, the transferring a file, it is not a big task at all. There are multiple options are available. The first thing, there are multiple applications are available to transfer the file from one device to another device, or from one user to the another user. So see, in the applications, like earlier people were using Share It, but now it is not there. Even in a WhatsApp you can share or you can send the file, correct? Through Gmail you can share or send the files. Through USB port also you can send or share the files. It is easier compared to all the other operating systems. But in iOS, it is not too easy as like Android, because uh, you know uh, through WhatsApp application or any other applications, you can easily send all kind of files. It may be audio files, or the video files, PDF files, Word files, or some images. It is easy to transfer. But in iOS, so uh, the media files, okay, that can be transferred using the iTunes desktop applications. The photos cannot be transferred there. The photos has to be transferred out via with the USB without using any applications. The applications are not possible to use there. The next one, when you are buying the Android device, I mean the smart devices, you will get a Chrome as a default browser, because the Google Chrome, it is a part of the Google. That is the one reason you will get it as a default browser, and will be having an option to make some other browser as a default browser. But in iOS, that option is not available. the default browser is only the Safari, but can be used some other browsers, but you cannot make it as a default browser. That is the one thing. Okay, and when it comes to the security feature, iOS is more secure than the Android. That is the only one thing. And in Android, you will get monthly security updates, but in iOS, occasionally you will get the security updates. Okay, there are so many features, but I have not listed multiple features here. Only the few important features I listed. Okay, so this is what we are just compared Android and the iOS operating systems along with this features. Am I audible now, guys? I think now my voice is clear and it is not even too low. Yes, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah, yeah. Next one, we'll see how to we'll get into this architecture of this Android, and this is bit important also. See, Android has the four layers in in its architecture, and you can see the 5 sessions. So the first one, it is the Linux kernel. So at the very bottom of the layer you can see this Linux kernel. So the Linux kernel is like, this is one of the heart of this Android architecture. So in operating systems, the kernel is one of the major part, because all the device drivers, like it may be a Wi-Fi driver, camera, Bluetooth, the audio drivers, video drivers, keypad drivers, memory drivers, flash memory drivers, all these drivers we can see it in your this kernel part. Okay, see, sometimes when you connect USB, or sometimes when you connect even the pen drives in your Windows, if it is a system, you will get no, that it is not detected, it is not recognized. Some notifications we will get on the very bottom of the screen on the right hand side, right? That means the driver has not installed, or your operating system is not recognizing the particular device. Okay, that is what, because of that. So the all the drivers are the part of this Linux kernel. That is what the red color layer, which is I am explaining here. Why it is? Because Android is one of the Linux based, it's a modified version of Linux based operating system. Okay, and in the second layers you can see only the libraries and the Android runtime. So libraries are like, there are multiple things we can see, and this layer is written in the C and the C++ programming languages. Before that, the important thing is the Android is a software stack of 3 things. Then what are those 3 things? The first one, it is the Linux kernel, the second one is the middleware, and the third one is the application layer. So now we know that what is the Linux kernel, what exactly it has, right? But we don't know what is middleware. Before that, I will tell you this. We'll see what is application framework layer, what are the libraries are there, and what is Android runtime. So in the libraries, we can see the Surface Manager, that is mainly for displaying the data. OpenGL bar ES, that is mainly for the graphics, that is the graphical layer in the extended system. And the scalable graphical layer also, you can see that that is mainly for the game applications. It is like, animations. You can see 2D animations and the 3D animations in your, application. The simple example is like, Tom and Jerry. It is like, the non-living things which we are giving some actions. Okay, then media frameworks, that is mainly for audio, video, GF images and all. Those are all the part of the media frameworks. Next, the free type, that is mainly for text. So you can see the different types of text, like different formats. You can see, you can change the style, you can change the size, you can change the color, all are the part of free type. Then SSL, it is a secure socket layer, that is mainly for the applications which will work with internet. For example, your Insta, your Facebook, mails applications, WhatsApp, uh, hike messengers. So those are all the part of this SSL. Even browsers also will not work without internet, right? So sometimes when you have a slow internet connections, in your web pages you can see that the URL what we have entered, that one at the end you can see the SSL in that URL, and you can see this web page is not available or slow internet connections. This error messages will get, right there. You can see this SSL. And the SQLite database, as I told you, that is mainly for the database, for storing, retrieving, updating, and for deleting the data. Then WebKit, that is mainly for the browsers. We can see the multiple web browsers in our device. The default one is the Chrome, but in smartphones, if you want to make some other browsers as your default browser, that option is also available. We can do that. Then the libraries, yes, the libraries are written in C and C++ programming languages, that is the predefined. So based on the requirement, we can use those libraries directly in our device. Next, in the second part, you can see the Android runtime. There we can see the DVM. DVM is nothing but Dalvik virtual machine. That is one of the code execution components of Android. Okay, this is all about the second layer. And in the third layer, you can see the application framework layer. So there you can see the multiple managers like activity managers. Mainly it is like the components, as I told, that is the activity, content provider, broadcast receiver, services, all those are the part of the application framework. Then the packages, notification managers, the location managers, source managers, telephony managers. Okay, so notifications, you can see the two types of notifications. The one is like pop notification without having any internet connections, like simple SMS notifications or missed call alerts, that you can see. Then push notification is like your WhatsApp notification, mail notification, Facebook, Insta notifications. Okay, then location, yes, most of the applications are using this location managers, like your Uber, Ola, the food applications, like the Swiggy applications, or Zomato. Even the online shopping applications are using this location, right? Then telephony manager, that is mainly for dialing and the receiving. The package managers, content provider, that is for retrieving the data from one application to another application. For example, your WhatsApp application. WhatsApp has no option to save the contact. So if it is a new message from the new number, if it is not saved, or the existing contact, when you're going to save the contact, it will show you, it will give you one alert box. It is like existing one or the new one. When you click on the new, it will get connect back to your contacts application, and the contact will be stored in that contacts applications. And then again, the WhatsApp application fetch that contact from contacts to that application, right? That is what the content providers. So this is what all about the application framework. And the thing is, this layer is written in Java programming language. So now the three parts, like libraries, runtime, and the application framework, all three are combined, and it is formed a middleware. So the middleware is nothing but it is an Android software development kit, that is SDK. So development kit means we get all the supporting files, jar files, libraries, platforms, plugins. Okay, so that is what Android software development kit. So the middleware is nothing but SDK. And the last one at the top, we can see the application layer, and this application layer has only the pre-installed applications like your contacts, phone, messages, normal SMS applications, browsers, clock, your settings, alarm. So all these are the part of this applications layer. So this is what all about the architecture. So you can see mainly three things: the kernel, middleware, and the application. The kernel means drivers, middleware is nothing but SDK, and the last one, that is what, the application. So you can see only the pre-installed applications. So this is what all about the Android architecture. The next one, see, this Android has a very good and a bright future, because Android is not only restricted to the mobile devices. We are using in, it's there in microwave oven, it is there in the refrigerator, it is there in the smartwatches, it's there in the tablet, it is there in the refrigerator, right? So it is there in the multiple devices. It's not only there in the one device. Okay, that is what the future of this Android operating system. So do you guys have any queries here now so far? So kernel is like, it is mainly for drivers, all the device drivers. If you have not installed the drivers, for example, you are going to use Wi-Fi in your Windows operating system. If the Wi-Fi driver has not installed, you will get an error message. The driver is not installed. That message you will get it at the bottom of the screen, right? That is what, because of the driver. Okay, so when you are buying the device, the smart devices, you no need to install any drivers, because the drivers will be there in the operating system itself, because all the drivers are the part of the kernel. Yes, Pranati, hope you're clear now. Any other queries you guys have here now? Yes, the next one I will show you guys from where you can get the software and how to use this. Yeah, see, the tool is, as I told, there are two tools, the Eclipse and the Android Studio. And we are, IntelliJ is also available in the market. You can use even the IntelliJ also. But I have not used IntelliJ or IntelliJ much, and I was using Eclipse long back, but not now. And developers are very comfortable. Even I am also very much comfortable with Android Studio. Even I am using that to develop Android applications. So here, yeah, you can use this developers.android.com. That is the official website. The first thing why this OS has become more popular, because it has the because of its active community. It has its own official website. From there you can download the software, as well as you can use even the documents as well. Yes, Android Studio is completely free. You no need to pay even a single penny for it. See, you can see here the multiple platforms where OS, that is the watch, TV is there, cars, Chrome. In automation field also people started using this Android. In the things also it is there, like multiple devices, and it is with NDK. It is for that is for C and C++ programming languages. See, you can click on this Android Studio. Hope the screen is visible to you guys. Yes, is this visible? Yes, is this visible, guys? Yes. See, you can see here download Android Studio, like 4.0.1 was there, but now yes, you can see again the updated version, that is 4.1. So if you guys are using this Windows operating system, you can download it from here. That is a download Android Studio. I'm not going to download it, okay? So you can download it from here. That is a 896 MB sized one, and this is only for Windows 64-bit processors. You cannot use this software, I mean this tool or this software in the 32-bit processor. It won't work, okay? Right, once it is downloaded, you can install this in your device. I will show you now how you can install it and what are the steps has to be followed. Okay, this is what you will get like this. So now just wait for a minute. If you guys want to install this, I will just send the link with you guys. You can download it from there, okay? I will just send the link to you guys. Yes, I just shared. Hope you all have received it. Is anybody using Mac device here? Linux? Linux operating system? Yeah, if you are using in that developers.android.com, there itself you will get an option, okay, to download the software. The software which you are using in the Windows cannot be used in the Linux operating system. So you have to download it separately for your operating system. The next one, here you will get the option like welcome to Android Studio setup. Just click on next. There you have to select the components. You can select both Android Studio and the Android virtual device. The screen is visible, right? The screen is visible, right? Yes. Okay. Then click on next. It will show you the path where it will take the location. Okay. If you are okay with the path, you can select. You can click on next. If you are not okay or if you are not comfortable to use this path, you will get an option here. Browse. You can select your own path as well. Then next. Here by default it will take the menu bar as an Android Studio. Keep it as it is. Next, it will take time. It depends on your system speed and the internet speed. And important thing guys, while installing Android Studio, make sure with your internet connection, okay? Because when installing this Android Studio, even it will install multiple repositories, platforms, plugins, and the directories also. If you don't have the internet connections, when you're creating the projects, then it will show us some errors. So it is always better to have a proper internet connection while installing this Android Studio. And every time while developing the applications, no need to have an internet connections. But for while installing the software, it is very essential. Okay. The next one, as I told, this depends on your system speed and your internet connection. Okay. You cannot download the software in your phone guys, because the application, the Android Studio's size itself is 689 or 686 MB sized one. Okay, it will take so much of space and so much of memory in your device, and it is not too comfortable and it is not too easy to use Android Studio in your phone. The next, once it is done, you will get this installation complete, the message you will get. Okay, this message you will get. After that, you will get completing Android Studio setup and the start Android Studio. You just click on finish. Next, if you are using this, if you are installing this Android Studio at the very first time in your device, don't go with this first option, that is import studio settings from. So just select this, do not import settings. Next, you will get this pop-up window. Android Studio. Then after that, you will get here this welcome notification. See, by using this Android Studio, you can develop the applications for your smartphones and the tablets, watches, television, automation, and even for things also. Then after that, click on next. Here you have to select the fields like the standard or the custom. It is always better to use the standard one, that is for Android Studio will be installed with the most common settings and the options recommended for most users. So there itself it is telling us to use that, it is recommending us to use. So it is always better to go with the standard one. The next, the theme can be selected here. So you can go with either Dracula or the IntelliJ, it is left to you. Okay. Next, after that, it will download the multiple components. So this is very much required, because without installing the components, you cannot your Android Studio won't work in a proper way. Okay, so you should have the internet connections to download and install all these components. It will take even the time. It will install and download and install all the major components, repositories, directories, and the dependencies. Okay, the next one you can see also here. Once it is done with all the installation part, you will get this welcome to Android Studio home screen. Okay, so here, if you are the user, if you are using this Android Studio very first time, you will get this. If not, you will not get this. Okay, it will always show you the existed or the old projects what we have. So here you have to create the new project here. If you have any other project, you can directly open it from here. There is an option called open an existing Android Studio project. From there we can select it. Okay, so there are multiple steps to be followed to install this. So if you guys are installing this Android Studio at the very first time in your device, or if you have some confusions or some doubts to install this, Android documentation has all these steps. You can refer the documents also. For that, you just refer developer.android.com. Okay, from there you can you will get more idea, and you can refer that to install. Okay, hope you all have cleared with this how to install the Android Studio now. Any other queries you guys have? And even I already shared the link as well. You can refer that link. It is left to you, Rishabh. So okay, if you want to install it, this Android Studio in your phone, you please install it. But it will be very difficult for you to write the code and execute the code as well, Rishabh. Any other queries you guys have here? So today I just explained what is Android, where we are using this, what is the features and what is the future of this, how to get the software and how to install this software. And in a tomorrow sessions, what I will do, I will explain you how to create the project, and what are the directories we'll be getting after creating the projects, and how to use those directories, and will design simple applications in our tomorrow's session. Okay, very simple applications. It may be your settings applications or some gallery applications. We'll design it in our tomorrow's session. Any other queries you guys have so far? No. Okay, hope you all understood that how to download and how to install this Android Studio. The Eclipse is the another tool you can use. Even that tool also to develop, but nowadays most of the developers are not using that because that is not too user friendly. There you have to type each and everything, but in Android Studio you no need to write each and everything because it is one of the best IDE to develop Android application development. Android application development. Okay. There was a tool for 32-bit processor, but nowadays Android, official website which is not providing us any tool which is for 32-bit processor. Okay, so old versions can be used. Genymotion is it is an emulator where you can check the output. Jai Krishna. So Genymotions, which is very good to use in Linux operating system. Okay, this is an emulator. Emulator is nothing but it is Android virtual device, AVD. Any other queries? Yes, Udayashri, it is better to use 64-bit processor. Okay, if you don't have, if you have only the 32-bit processor, it is better to download and use the old version. I think you can install the 3 or 3.0, 3.2 version, the latest one which won't support for your 32-bit processor. Any other queries you guys have? Okay, thank you so much.